Hi guys, and welcome to my Mass Effect Legendary Edition review. A video game review. So this is a game that I am a bit late for. You see, obviously it came out about a month ago now, and I am a little bit late, but it's taken me about a month to beat all three games because I've only been able to do a few hours every night because I've been back at work for like the last month and and a half and so. So yeah, getting to replay this legendary trilogy all over again, updated with new visuals and new textures. Has been fantastic. So yeah, I'm sure if you've been watching my channel for a while, the teachers, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I have been since the games were originally out on Xbox 360 and PC, and eventually PS3 with Mass Effect 2 and 3. I played through all three games numerous times when I had an Xbox 360, and it's one of my favourite gaming trilogies of all time. It's, if not it literally is up there for me. In terms of a gaming trilogy as a story, there's nothing that comes close to it really. Well, there's maybe a few games that come close to it, but as its strength as a trilogy, telling this overall story over three games with Commander Shepard and your squad and what you go up against in all three games, it's just an incredible story, and BioWare are just masters, man. So the fact that they were bringing it back with, I wouldn't say remaster, because it wasn't really a remaster, was it, this? But so I won't be talking about the three games per se. I'm just going to give my overall thoughts and how I think they did, because we all know Mass Effect by now. I'm sure everyone has played all three games eventually, and if you haven't, where have you been the last 10 years? So of course, I will start obviously with Mass Effect 1. So yeah. So when this game was getting promoted, the full trilogy being remastered, like I said, Mass Effect 1 was being promoted the most as the one that has received the most work, and it has, because of course it has. It's the oldest game. It came out in 2007, so it's 14 years old. Mass Effect 1. Yes, the combat was the weakest, the graphics were the weakest, and I think it definitely needed the most work if it was going to get remastered, and it did. Mass Effect 1, because obviously I started with 1, 2, and 3, when I went through the entire trilogy again with the Legendary Edition, and Mass Effect 1 has definitely received the most work. You can really tell BioWare have put a lot of work into it. There's updated textures, updated visuals. It runs a lot smoother. Like I think it's 60 frames a second, and you can tell when you're playing it, the combat is so much smoother. The textures, the frame rate, really, like I said, really high frame rate. I love the graphics too. Have been significantly updated. I wouldn't say it's a full-on remaster, but it does look a lot smoother. The textures look a lot better. Certain faces look a lot smoother. Like when you're on the Normandy, it's nowhere near as dark. Like it's much brighter. Cause I remember in the original Mass Effect 1 on 360. Oh god, the Normandy was like pitch black. You had to really put the brightness up. But yeah, it's been heavily updated with the brightness. And it looks a lot better. So Mass Effect 1 definitely had the most work. The combat still isn't great. Me personally, Mass Effect 1 still does have the weakest combat, and they haven't done a lot to change the combat. It's a bit smoother, but I'm still not a massive fan of it. With the whole where your gun just runs out of it overheats. There's no ammo, and the aim is all off, and it just was a bit messy. Of course, they updated the inventory, because I remember originally it was just an absolute mess. The inventory on Mass Effect 1, with all the different armor sets, all the different weapons you have, Omni tool uses, biotics. It was just it was crazy. But yeah, they've improved that a lot, so it doesn't feel as cluttered. Significantly less loading times, as we all see in all three games. Significantly less loading times in all three games, which is great to see. Remember those infamous elevator scenes in Mass Effect 1 where you're in the elevator for like a minute, but now it's like 10 seconds. But it's great. That's great. But yeah, there's not much else to say. Of course, they've updated the cutscenes too. Of course, in Mass Effect 1, the final cutscene with when Sovereign and the Geth invade the Citadel with Saren. And there's a big battle, you know, and then the Alliance fleet comes swooping in. That's been updated, and then when you take down Sovereign, boom, that looks all refreshed and redone. That looks a lot better. And Mass Effect 1 was great. I thoroughly enjoyed playing through it again. With obviously with the new textures that have better frame rate, better loading times. It looks great. Mass Effect 1 definitely received the most care. And of course, the Mako. How could I forget the Mako? It runs a lot better. It's nowhere near as bouncy, like boing, 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 when you're going all... Because you use the Mako a lot in Mass Effect 1, don't you? So in all the different planet side missions, and of course you use it several times in the main story in Mass Effect 1. So yeah, the Mako handled a lot better too. So Mass Effect 1, it was big thumbs up for me. And I feel like it doesn't get enough praise, Mass Effect 1. I feel like everyone talks about Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3 as the best game, but Mass Effect 1 is still really good. Yeah. And Mass Effect 2 and 3, not a whole lot to say really, because they didn't get as much attention, but because Mass Effect 2 and 3 are already great games. The combat was fantastic, the graphics were good. So Mass Effect 2 and 3 have mainly just had a fresh coat of paint thrown on. Not really a lot to say about Mass Effect 2 and 3. Yeah, it just looks a little bit better. But if you put the 360 version next to the Xbox One, or the Xbox One version, which I played on, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference. Maybe just a better frame rate. I will say that, a better frame rate, because I think combat in Mass Effect 2 and 3, it does run a lot smoother. So you can tell it's got a much faster frame rate, because it just felt so smooth. Like there was a mission where when you go and recruit Jack in Mass Effect 2, the combat was like, woo, it was so smooth, just in and out of cover, in and out. Because it just felt the frame rate was a lot better, a lot more smooth. But that's all I can really say. So yeah, it wasn't really a full-on remaster. No, it wasn't a remaster. It was just Mass Effect 1 had a lot of attention, like I've said, and it was done very well. Mass Effect 2 and 3 mainly just higher frame rate and a slightly better graphics and visuals, but it's really minimal. But it's great. I've loved playing through all three games again. I wanted to do everything. I did all the side missions in all three games. I wanted to get the full experience all over again, playing as Commander Shepard as your squad, with your squad, and the Normandy. It's just, I love it. I love Mass Effect. It's so great. My favourite personally is probably still Mass Effect 3, which is controversial, I know, because I think a lot of people regard Mass Effect 2 as the favourite. Fair enough, but for me personally, it's Mass Effect 3, because Mass Effect 3 is just, as a whole, it's so great. Cause with all the DLCs too, because obviously all the DLCs came free, all 40 of them, throughout all three games. So, you know, Mass Effect 2, you can do Lair of the Shadow Broker with Liara. Mass Effect 3, you've got Leviathan, the Citadel DLC, From Ashes, where you recruit Yavik, the Prothean. It's just great. The Citadel DLC too, I love so much too. But yeah, it was just great. There was happiness, there was tears, of course, because there's some very sad moments in all three games, and so much epicness too, because all three games just have their moments. You know, Mass Effect 1 taking down Saren and Sovereign, stopping him from finding the conduit and all that. Mass Effect 2 taking down the Collectors, building your squad, doing all those loyalty missions. The final suicide mission is amazing. Mass Effect 3, basically, it's just an all-out war against the Reapers. You've got to stop them. It's just great. All three games, I don't want to go into detail because, like I said, all the DLC packs, like I said, armor packs, weapon packs are all in the game if you want to get them. All the DLC, like the missions, the expansions, they're all in the game. Highly recommend them, of course. Well, you'll play them if you get it. Yeah. However, it's not perfect. Like I said, I do have a few little nitpicks here and there. I do think they missed an opportunity to add some fresh cutscenes into some of the big battle scenes, like especially at the end of Mass Effect 3, where you build a massive fleet with all the different races, and you go to Earth, and there's a big battle where you face the Reapers, and the massive space battle. I do think they missed an opportunity to add some extra cutscenes in there. They didn't do that. And also, any Mass Effect player will know this, who's like a hardcore, you will know there's this Mass Effect 2 and 3, I don't know why they couldn't fix this, where Shepard and his squad mates always, in some cutscenes, always have an Avenger pistol, the Avenger rifle, the default rifle. Why? I mean, it was annoying on 360, but they didn't change it here. So even no matter what weapons you have, all 3 of your squad mates have Avengers, and they're like, it's like, why aren't... It's only a nitpick, but it's a very annoying nitpick, because why couldn't they fix that? It's like... So maybe it's just the pre-rendered cutscenes and they couldn't change them or something. I don't know, but that was just a bit annoying for me. Why could I want to see what weapons I'm using on the mission? Like my 2 squad mates who don't even use pistols, or like Shurikens too. They also have Shuriken pistols. That was just a bit annoying for me, and I do think they missed a few opportunities to correct some cutscene errors, and there were a few glitches every now and then. On I had subtitles on, and no one says anything. Like during the mission, the subtitles are on, and it never got said. And then a minute later, they try and say it, but it came in too late, and then the next piece of dialogue comes in. That happened several times, especially in Mass Effect 2 and 3, and that was just like, why is that happening? Yeah, but and there were quite a few big updates, weren't there? So it is good. But I do think there were a few chances they had to maybe correct a few things, tweak a few things, and they didn't. They kind of just went, okay, we've worked a bit on Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 2 and 3 got a little coat of paint. Now give us 50 quid, please. But it's worth it, because I'm such a big Mass Effect fan. So the memories I got replaying this game, I was getting, because all the squad's so good. Like, obviously you see Garrus is front and centre on the poster, as he should be. Everyone loves Garrus. He's one of the best squad mates ever. Liara, who I romanced, of course, and Tally. They already won all 3 games, but of course you have other squad mates who come and go in all 3 games, like Caden, Rex, I love Grunt. There's all the squad mates. Jack, Miranda, Yavik, who I really liked, who was Mass Effect 3. I like all the squad mates. Even people say Jacob, James are kind of like but I like them too. Morden, Thane. It's just great. And of course, what happens to some of the Mass Effect 3, how heartbreaking it is. Just this journey. Because I think Mass Effect's strength isn't the combat, as good as it gets in Mass Effect 2 and 3. Mass Effect's strength is the story and the characters. Really is. Just how this journey you go on with Commander Shepard in all 3 games, with the relationships you build with your squad mates, of course, becoming best. Garrus is basically your blood brother. Your brother in arms. Liara's your love interest. Tally's just your very trusted companion. And Morden, Rex, like I said, it's just great. Do I think it was worth 50 quid? Bit pricey, I will say, because it is basically, it's not a remaster, but it's just a chance for you to play through the trilogy again with better frame rates and slightly better textures. 50 quid is a bit steep. I think this game should have been $39.99 personally, because you can get Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3 on Xbox 360. Probably all 3 games together for less than £10, but this was 50 quid. So yeah, it is a bit pricey, but I do think it is worth it if you're a mega Mass Effect fan like myself and so many others out there. Yeah, guys, my final score for Mass Effect Legendary Edition, out of 10, I'm going to say a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, very solid score. It would be a 10 because I'm such a huge fan. As all 3 games together in one big package with all the DLCs, but I just think the fact that Mass Effect 2 and 3 weren't remastered, they were just very, very half-arsed, like texture redones or HD updates. They went, because there was very little difference to the 360 version. So yeah, because of that. But Mass Effect 1 obviously got heavily done. And just playing through all 3 games again with all the DLCs was just fantastic. It had so many great moments all over again. But like I said, yeah, just a few little things here and there, a few little tweaks that they could have done, which they didn't. But whatever, it's still all 3 games, 9 out of 10 for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So yeah, guys, have you played Mass Effect Legendary Edition? Comment below, let me know. What is your favourite of the 3 of your favourite Mass Effect game? Did you like 1, 2 or 3? Your favourite mission, your favourite squad mate? Go on, guys, comment below, let me know. So thank you for watching, guys. Yeah, and I will see you all very soon.